Hey guys, it's Charlie. Today I want to share with you guys what was bound to happen to me at some point here in Vietnam, and it does play on a fear that I have had, and I'm glad it happened because now it's over with and now I know how I would handle the situation. It's 4:30 in the morning here in Vietnam. It's dark, there's nobody around, and my motorbike has died on me. So my motorbike broke down on me in the middle of the night when there was no one around. Since I started driving, I've always had this fear that my bike is gonna break down in a situation where I don't know what exactly to do, because like during the daytime, you know, there's always people around, there's always a motorbike shop like just a distance away. I just have to walk my bike down the street and there's a motorbike shop. But if your bike breaks down in the middle of the night, everything like seriously is closed. There's very little open in the middle of the night, like really late, literally shut down. When I was riding home this morning at like 4:30 in the morning, of course my bike decides to shut down, and this time I was like, I think this is it, because earlier that day it had already shut down a few times and I just kept pushing it and pushing it, and I know my bike was like, girl, stop, because you're doing too much. When I last got it fixed, that was supposed to be the last time, and then I got it fixed and I keep getting it fixed saying, okay, I'm gonna sell it, but then I keep driving it and my bike finally like broke down in the middle of the night, which was one of my worst fears. Not one of the worst fears, but it's at the top of my list, because you know, there's death by motorbike. So many things could happen on your motorbike that I have a fear of, but one of them is, you know, just being stuck somewhere. And thankfully my apartment wasn't super far away. Like I knew where I wasn't lost, and I knew how to get home, but my bike was a bit too far to just push. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna call a Grab. Before he arrived and picked me up, I had messaged him in Vietnamese telling him that my bike stopped and I need him to push me back to my apartment. And so he told me to wait for him, and so he arrived. And I originally thought that the Grab guy was gonna come and just push my bike with his foot, like you guys have seen in a previous video. But no, that's not what he did. He whipped out a rope and he, that sounds like the beginning of a horror story. He whipped out a rope. He tied my bike, the front of my bike, to the back of his bike, and he pulled me. So that was interesting. The whole ride I was just like, how is this my life? Like is this really my life? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. You guys get to come along with me on this crazy journey. Never would I have imagined myself here in Vietnam. I made it home. I made it home. Oh my gosh, you guys, tonight has been a long night. I can't believe my bike stopped. I was actually thinking that it might stop when there's no one around and it's dark and there's like nothing going on, and it did. I'm laughing so hard that my eyes are watering. It's a little past 5 in the morning. I'm gonna head to bed finally, and yeah, just enjoy the fact that I'm safe and in my warm apartment. And so I did tip him. I gave him like double of what he would have been getting, and even still it's not much, and I'm just so glad he was like actually prepared. I'm really wondering now how many people drive with a rope in their bike just for this purpose, and it made me think like, okay, next thing to get is a rope. In my head, the way I had planned this, because I've always been planning out when my bike is gonna fail on me. So I always imagined that I would just park it to the side and lock my wheel, and I have this other outer lock that you can lock your other tire, and then I would head off on a Grab. I'm glad I can tick off one of those fears, because seriously, one of the other fears I've already ticked off is having just a normal accident. You know, once you get that one accident out of the way, then you're like, okay, got that out of the way, move forward. Now I got this out of the way, what's next? It's getting dark here, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Comment below if you guys like stories like this, where I share things that happen to me, where it's, you know, like, it's kind of those things where you think about traveling, but then you're worried about doing something and then not being able to figure your way out of it. So if you guys like videos like this where I share my stories with you guys, press the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to give a special shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much. And if you would like to become a patron on Patreon, be sure to check the link in the description box. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.